Guys, I want to thank everybody who put in all of the time. This has been months in the making, guys. So thank you, everyone who put all of your time in it. And my gosh, guys, it's been long nights of editing, long nights of overlooking the battles, but we've got them out there. I feel like we need like an Olympic torch. Like I should light a candle. I don't have a candle, so we're not going to be able to do that, but we'll go ahead and go in. Let's go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, and start off with the first two highlights. You've got Zealous Phoenix versus Disney Daddy. And the next battle you will see highlights of is Brooke versus Polar Bear King. We'll talk about them all together as we look at the live battles.
Let the battle begin. Fight!
Now we've got Zealous Phoenix with an Ursula in a sensational 6 Oceanic team versus a Disney Daddy. We got a Beast Belle Oceanic team and no heroes to be found in this first matchup. No heroes and no strong leadership ability. Very solid, these contestants are showing off non-meta teams. Now, here's the deal. We've got the hot highlights, and now who's going to win with the stun going on Daisy? First and foremost, we've got the double tank on Maui. Let's see his invincibility come into play and see if that happens. That's big. The counterattacks are hitting the Maui's invincibility, not able to put the damage on anybody with no damage being placed. It is going to be tough for Zealous to dig out of this battle. Disney Daddy with the empowered beast. It's going to be tough to come back. And Disney Daddy laying down the 1-2 on the beast. Then to the Daisy Duck, and Stitch is going to be last. My friends, Disney Daddy is going to take the first highlight cup in the Cozy Cup. Good job, Zealous Phoenix. We'll come back to you. Next, we've got PBK versus Brooke, with PBK rocking a traditional go-go Beast Belle hero team versus Brooke with the what you'll see a lot of, double tank with Mickey in the middle. You guys, we're going to see the live battles of a lot of battles. These are going to be the highlights of some of these battles since we have so many to look at. And there we go, something we see a lot of, those double tanks with Mickey in the middle, forcing you to lay down the damage. And here comes the Disneyland Forever.
The champion is...
And your winners of the first two battles is going to be a Disney Daddy and Brooke versus PBK. Everybody give some love to the two contestants and breaking down what happened. You had two meta, non-meta teams going against each other. Very interesting teams there, with Disney Daddy taking the win there, mainly due to the invincibility that is going to be landing on Maui and those counterattacks just not landing. We've got our full live battle coming here in just a hot second, but Polar Bear King versus Brooke, you had two meta teams, but what it came down to is PBK with the go-go versus Brooke with the Mickey in the middle. Now, very tough to go ahead and land those AoEs, and Mickey is very solid. Brooke took the W with Mickey countering a lot of what PB King had. Brooke, congratulations, and congrats for moving forward. My friends, we're going to keep up the action and keep up the battle. Let's go ahead and jump on over to our first full battle, which we're going to have live and commentate with you guys to take a look. This one is one for the ages, guys. Let me tell you, let's hop on over and check out the next battle. We've got Yoda Otter versus Luis Marcano, my friends. As you can see right here, we've got Bubbles Elsa, Baymax, Stitch, and Hero for Luis, and Yoda Otter rocking the Mickey, Stitch, Maui, Beast, and Belle. Mods, pull up the poll right now. I want you guys to guess who and predict who is going to take the W. And that's what it's going to be. Fairy Slumber is not fair. That is why it's banned. Let's start up the match and see how it goes, my friends. Starting up, and we're going to pause and play this match as we get going. I'm covering up a bit, but not much. Now we've got Luis starting out first, giving the upgrade over to Bubbles. Now, here's the deal. He can give this over to most likely Elsa, but he could also give it to Stitch. So let's see what happens here. He's going to be choosing to go with the Stitch upgrade. Now, there's a few things he could have done here. He could have laid out the first turn silence as there's not a tank coming out. Or, Cozy Club, do you think he should have gone with the tactics on Elsa? We'll see what happens and what his game plan is, but it looks like he's going for the superstar charge Stitch without any Baymax or Big Hero 6 on the field. Let's go ahead and check it out. You guys are thinking Yoda's going to win by 3 votes. Keep the votes up coming. And here we go. He's double checking the footage is on. And Baymax is laying down that mass impact to get the helpful effects. Now, you guys are saying tack on Elsa, or it could have been tack on the Stitch. Depends. No channel point betting. I think we can only do 1 per 1. Here we go, Cozy Club. So we've got Yoda having Mickey Mouse, who's going to call everybody to assist here, laying down heavy damage on his Bubbles. Now, this could prove a little bit dangerous later on. Let's go ahead and see. He could have silenced the Mickey, definitely with that Bubbles move. But again, he's going with the amped up Stitch. Elsa's still sitting there, and we got to see what happens from here. Right now, we've got a taunt on the Beast and no taunt on the battlefield for Luis. Is this going to hurt him later? Let's go ahead and check it out, Cozy Club. We've got the silence. Big crit. Luis, love you, buddy. Nothing of this. We're going to be critiquing these battles. We had the typical silence on a Beast with 6 enchanted roses. As you guys know, that is going to do absolutely nothing because of Beast's high tenacity. There's going to be no purge and no silence. So, massive disadvantage that he blew the silence. But we've got Yoda with the AoE coming out hot and heavy very early, and Stitch countering that. Luis is digging himself in a hole here, but he does have Grandma Tala to bring Bubbles right back up. Let's see how he does and how he's going to go. You guys voted. I don't believe I saw who voted or who won the vote. But now you've got Belle, which I assume he's going to go with the basic attack here. Now, to call out a few things, we've got the double basic going on Elsa very early with the debuff. Is he going to be able to survive with all this damage getting pumped out? Without Luis pumping the damage out, it's going to be tough to get through these walls of both Maui and Beast. Now, Beast is going to be soaking up the taunt. His turn has come back, and he is laying the hurt on Elsa with the proc already coming through, my friends. And default Dan with the red, my buddy. We've got Elsa's first turn, which this should be a show yourself because his Elsa could die, but he's going to go with the silence. And my friends, he lands the silence on a 5 Beast. Lands the silence on a 5 enchanted rose Beast, my friends. Very tough to go that on. Right now, where do you think the battle's going to slay? Let me see in the chat. Team Yoda or Team Luis? Let me see in the chat, my friends. As the silence lands, he's got Bubbles throwing more damage. He's going after the Beast exclusively here. And let's see what decisions he makes along the way. You've got the Stitch card coming out with a evade coming from Stitch. Very clutch evade there. Very important evade there. And my gosh, look at this, guys. Elsa has already burned through the glacial armor and is living by just the skin of her teeth. I'm pretty sure that's not even the expression. But now we've got Stitch coming back. Stitch throws the car right back with the double crit, taking down Beast with a 14k burger and a 10,000 burger on the Stitch, with Mickey taking the 9. A huge counterplay by Luis Marcano. Grandma Tala's back up, and Elsa has gone ahead and gained her health back. And now we've got a 5v4 battle up in our hands, my friends, with Maui up to go. But we have a golden hammer coming from Yoda. Guys, Yoda or Luis, who's going to take the battle? Maui is up with the evades out on the field and the resist from Elsa on the stun. He did clear the evades, and now he has a taunt on Maui. But is he going to be able to hold up? Both these Stitches are on complete steroids. Let's see who takes the end of this battle. Still a lot to be played as it's only somehow turned 72. No idea how it's only turned 72. But we've got Baymax now throwing up the taunt. He's keeping that Elsa alive. He got a crit heal. Very advantageous there. And his Elsa, once almost dead, is almost back to full health with 3 shards and counting. Now, his Bell is ready to go. It's back and forth. Really, either of these guys could take the battle. We don't know. I mean, really, this could sway either way. His Beast is going on the Baymax pretty heavily, and he's got an option here. He can go ahead and take this ticket, and he can give this to Elsa for a big, fat show yourself. He can silence the Maui, get the Purge out there, and keep Maui down. Guys, I want to see what you guys think he's going to do. In my opinion here, you've got a low-health Mickey. You've got a low-health Beast. You don't want to go damage here yet because Mickey could go ahead and Disneyland forever and kill your entire team. And so you want to make sure you get the silence on Maui would be my play. Let's see what he decides to do here. He's going to give it back over to Stitch. Wasn't expecting that. Stitch is going to be building up this basic while landing on the Maui. Very interesting choice from Luis there, my friends. But let's go ahead and check it out. Probably should have gone with the silence. You guys are saying the Elsa would have been advantageous too. But right now, it's anybody's battle. And Mickey has got the Cauldron and is getting Disneyland forever. My goodness, Luis somehow survived with 0 deaths and the health rising all the way up for his characters. Luis now looking at a massive disadvantage. You've had both now shift back and forth, and we've got the silence now coming back down on Maui. The Beast is now enraged. It's looking very bad for Luis Marcano right now. He's got the enraged Beast. We've got Maui. Pretty much everyone's ready to go with low health across the board. Now, keep in mind, he does have Grandma Tala. Let's see if his Elsa can survive as the glacial armor has already been removed. Let's see what Yoda decides to do. He's going to go with the 26k hit on the Baymax while keeping that taunt alive. Didn't get the purge, or did get the purge. Slash didn't get the purge. There's 2 taunts on the field. And we've got the upgrade going right on over to Elsa, who is now at 4 charges. Yoda's going to have to watch these charges or it's going to get out of hand very quickly. Now, Baymax laying down the basic attacks, getting the offense down on Beast. Very advantageous. And holy smokes, Luis critical hit Marcano is taking down the big characters one at a time here, with Beast going down to a massive built-up Stitch. Yoda can't believe it, but his Stitch came back and took out the hero Hamada on Stitch's side. Luis still has that golden hammer in his pocket, choosing not to use it yet, or at least he doesn't have the opportunity to. Let's see what he decides to do, as he does realize now that it's Elsa or nothing. It looks like right now he's got to use Elsa or nothing. This is a very close battle, and Stitch is laying down the hits. He has just a basic attack. It's all Yoda's turn from here. Let's see what Yoda decides now. Now you've got, goodness gracious, Elsa taking more hits with the attack down, and Mickey Mouse is back up here with calling everybody to attack at once. And so you still have a very low health team. You've got the crit going on Baymax, leaving Luis with a 3v5. This is not looking good, Cozy Club, but he's got the hammer to bring back the last character that died, which in this case is going to be Baymax. This battle is left and right in his Stitch. He now has 2 Super Saiyans, 1 built up Elsa, 1 built up Stitch, and Elsa is ready to blow. But will he kill the Mickey Mouse? Now, he's got the invincibility here, so this would be the time that you want to pop that show yourself, as anything that comes back is not going to kill him. And he does just that. He lands the show yourself with 9,000. Luis down 3-5. And my gosh, takes down Mickey Mouse, and his Elsa with the invincibility is going to take the battle. Good gosh, Cozy Club, can we talk about that first battle of Luis and Yoda, with Luis coming back from a very close battle altogether? That was a very ridiculous and intense battle. Everyone give Luis some praise in the chat. And can we just say right now, Grandma Tala, wow, no question, yes sir, Grandma Tala, easily the MVP of that battle, being able to bring Luis back over and over, and that Elsa barely surviving. Now, there was some misplays in there, but it doesn't matter. He was able to pull it out, guys, and Luis Marcano was moving forward, everybody. The first two battles we've already handled, which progressed Disney and Brooke. Disney Daddy versus Brooke will be up in the next set of battles. Now, we still have plenty to go. We've got Crixus versus Leaving Normal. We've got Jiva versus Seawild. If you keep going down, T-Veloz versus Shudder. Jake versus Percolus. Plenty of battles. Loam versus Maelstrom, a battle that a lot have been looking forward to. We'll take a look at that. Hatamu and Vulvaris going up. We've got Vulvaris from the club. Dacius versus Barstool. Yoda versus Luis. We already saw that, and Luis went ahead and advanced forward, which will play either Dacius or Barstool. Last, we've got Hitman and Sloan. We've got Caladon versus True. And the last battle here is Danny R, which is going to come on the show later, versus Wicked White. And Doodle versus Default Dan. Now, what we're about to do, my friends, is we're going to bring up Doodle versus Default Dan, and we are going to actually have them come talk about the battle. You guys know this is a big battle. We've got a streamer versus one of the mods here at the Cozy Club.
Let the battle begin. Fight!
Already, we're watching from Default's view versus the Doodle Spork. And Doodle's taking his time deciding on the first move with Hero. Is he going to go with the evade or is he going to go with the upgrade? We have to see what he decides to do. He's going to go with the upgrade to Go-Go, which is going to proc both Beast, and the RNG Beast goes over to Default Dan with that first taunt on the battlefield. Alright, here we go. We have Go-Go throwing out zero resistance and laying out some heavy hits very early on, with Go-Go getting counterattacked up to half health now. And what we have is another Default Dan Beast turn, which is not going to be advantageous for Doodle. Starting off a little rough, but he's going to go and land the risky Baymax taunt strip, which is going to take the taunt and give it on over to Beast, my friends. He's bringing in both Shadow and Claw. Very interesting spell choices, but I'm here for it, and I'm digging it with no Fairy Slumber. This is a look of no Fairy Slumber, right? Now we're going to have Default Dan pulling out the Mass Impact, getting rid of that double taunt, but Beast is able to hang on to his, while we also have a Claw at his disposal. So now if we look right now, we've got a half health hero. Baymax looking pretty weak here, and Mickey still in the survivable range with plenty of continuous healing. And it looks like right now, Doodle Spork's team is safe to go. There we go. We've got the double basic going on the Beast with a nice evade there, but the defense down, landing on Beast with Mickey healing up. We've got the counter attack lighting up Beast one at a time here, with Hero Hamada going right up next with both evade and upgrade ready to go. We've got the double Master of the Castles going up again and again. Default Dan lands the instant RNG, but his attack is missed and evaded by Beast right now. They're discussing amongst each other who's going to take the W and who do you think is going to win. We've got the evades up on Doodle's side with a full stack turn of Doodle ready to go. Doodle's got the next 4 turns, if you can see in the lower left-hand corner. Is he going to use this to his advantage, putting up the patient protection on Go-Go? Lots of evades out there, and Sheriff is going to have his first turn. No buffs on Sheriff, so we're not going to see that much damage, but let's see what he decides to do. And he takes out the hero Hamada instantaneously, giving Baymax a taunt. Now, very, very interesting move by Doodle. He could have taken out anyone here as there was no taunts on the field. He decided to go with the hero Hamada, which arguably probably was the better decision on the board. Chat, let me hear from you guys on what you would have decided. You could have taken also Bell off the list. Now, keep in mind, Default Dan, no golden hammer here. Adam in the crowd saying it's absolutely over, and Default saying stay salty. We've got the basic attacks going on Go-Go, and Go-Go getting hit massively. We have a Disneyland Forever proccing very fast, and my gosh, Disneyland Forever proccing very early with the only crit landing on Mickey freaking Mouse. What happened there is the woman up and landed on the crit on the one person he did not want to take down. Now, here's the deal. You still have all the health, all of the characters left for Doodle Spork. Is he going to be able to come back? You guys are saying it's over. Which way do you think is going to win? Default Dan screwed by using AoE evasion instead of upgrade. We'll have to see. Brando with the sub. Let's keep it going on, guys. What's going to happen? We've got a 3v5 here. Not looking good for Default, as it's looking very advantageous for Doodle. And we've got the more spells coming. He's going to get another bell for more Beast assists, laying out the claw to clear those evades. He's looking really solid now. And here we go. We've got Dan in the back corner, back against the wall, just trying to survive while protecting this bell. He's got both beasts and plenty of bells on the battlefield. Let's see what he decides to do. He's going to go ahead and go with the AoE, if I had to guess, right here. Bam, AoE taking down the damage dealer of Doodle Spork. Doodle just lost his go-go. His sheriff is looking weak, and he's got an intimidate on that sheriff. Very important to note, Cozy Club, as if you have the intimidate, you are not going to be able to either steal or gain that turn meter, guys. Let's go ahead and keep on the battle. Sheriff's looking very low. Bell has another turn ready to go, and it's going after the beast with the double hit from Beast, guys. It looked like Default Dan's back was against the wall, but hold up. It's looking very strong as now Hero and Baymax are ready to go for Doodle Spork. He went ahead and cleansed up the sheriff, but Beast got that full RNG turn one more time, and it's looking very, very advantageous for Default Dan, my friends. Both battles now looked like they were all but lost, but my gosh, here we go. Beast throwing out the 1-2, and Beast has fallen from Doodle Spork, looking very more in Default Dan's favor, Cozy Club. Go ahead and put the hype in the chat, guys. Who's gonna win? You've got the Mass Impact trying to heal up this sheriff, but the problem is now he has lost the taunt. He does not have a taunt to protect that sheriff, and once that sheriff goes, it's absolutely done. There's no chance. You've got the sheriff coming back up with the big hit there from the middle, and he got the beast at half health. Claw still remaining. Sheriff completely exposed, and here comes Beast with the 1-2, 1-2, and Sheriff has hit the floor with the shadows, taking it down. Default Dan, looking like he had no shot, is coming back, and Doodle Spork, the representation of both the Cozy Club and Frontierland, looking like he's on the weak link right now. He's got Hero and Baymax just begging for life, and it's looking like Default Dan is gonna take potentially the W. Not looking good for Doodle, as there's not a lot he can do, and because Beast is on the field and Default has all of those shadows, there's going to be no way to go ahead and take it out. McT-Dogs likes his picks in the bracket. You've got the 1-2 from Beast there, and it's looking like Default is going to take it. You guys guessed right on the predictions, as it's looking like you've got the invincibility landing on Hero. We're about to hear from both contestants what was going on in their minds during this gameplay, and we're going to scrub the battle as we go through it all together. We're going to welcome them on, Cozy Club, but it's looking like it's over. Default Dan slaying the massive Doodle Spork. What a comeback, chat. Let me see in the chat the comeback hype emotes, baby. Wowzer. Very shocked at the outcome of that battle. Absolutely. It was looking very one-sided. In fact, both battles looking very one-sided. Absolutely. And my gosh, we've got the Doodle fans, we've got the Default fans. And as we continue these Cozy Cup tournaments, you guys are going to be familiar with the play styles of the contestants coming into the Cozy Club. Keep in mind, we're going to have the Cozy Chubby Dolphin bracket and the free-to-play bracket coming soon, so that you guys can be featured live here on stream. Going back, Default, I mean, you were down here. At one point, you were down to Bell, Beast, and Baymax versus a full team. I mean, that was... once the Disneyland Forever didn't finish him off, I really thought it wasn't looking good for you. In fact, I heard the audio. Cozy Club, you guys aren't hearing this, but there was audio in this battle. And Default, I'm pretty sure I heard you say it's over.
Yeah, I certainly did. Mickey's one of those catch-up mechanics with the whole damage everywhere and heal. And when all those shields were up and I didn't see the damage hidden the way I thought they would, I was feeling a little scared at that point.
Yeah. I have it on screen right now, guys. This is, if you were to look at this screenshot before the AoE, I mean, it looked bleak. In fact, we even had someone say it's over a couple of times too in the chat. So we've got Crixus versus Leaving Normal. We've got C Wild versus Jiva, and Shutter Vol versus the T Velocity are the three next quick battles, guys.
Let the battle begin. Fight!
We've got Crixus versus Leaving Normal. Leaving Normal is rocking that Moana basic calling team, but we've got some big advantageous infinity-sided dice. Look at the guaranteed crit power up there with the tactics on the field as well. Crixus looking very on top here with plenty of buffs to go around, and we've got a go-go woman up laying down the hurt. With Crixus taking down, leaving Normal's Moana calling team. Crixus is going to take that W. We'll come back and look at it. See Wild versus Jiva. We've got the Kingdom Master and Jiva, a very highly feared opponent. See Wild versus Jiva. Double Ursula is going to go ahead and cancel out the advantage of having Ursula on your team in the first place. Ursula throwing out the blinds very quickly with See Wild going again. We've got now Jiva going to go ahead and use his hero. We've got scheming from the sheriff. A lot of decisions to be made here, but my gosh, look at the crit there from the woman up. Go-Go being a highly picked character in the tournament, laying down the massive hits there on See Wild. The Kingdom Master has no Jafar, getting called out by the crowd. However, See Wild's throwing up the 1-2, and the hammer is bringing back Go-Go. He was able to take out Go-Go, able to take out that heavy offensive hitter. However, it's not looking good as Hammer, that is dominating the Cozy Cup, really putting out the hurt. Now here comes Ursula with the big continuous damage hit, and that is going to advance Jiva in the tournament, my friends. Next up, Shuttervol versus T-Velocity. Now the names are cut off, but we've got in our left corner here, we've got Shutter with the aggressive Zerg deck here, and T-Velocity being on the away team with the double tank Go-Go squad. Now we're going to have Zerg go up, lay up the big hit, and miss the imperative Zerg vision while also getting responded to with the quick hit. Now he's going to try to come back with the Stitch against Big Hero 6, but the Hammer's bringing back Baymax, and it's not looking good. He still has a lot of his team. Let's see what happens here with Shutter versus T-Velocity. Here comes Shutter with a big lick there on Bubbles, looking very strong now, but not strong enough for a double zero resistance from Go-Go Cozy Club. And that is going to go ahead and move forward T-Velocity, guys. Let's update the roster, check out who's advancing where, and here we go. We've got Disney, Daddy going up, and Brooke going up. Crixus and Jiva lined up. That's going to be a great battle. Looking forward to that. We go, and we've got T-Vel, who will be facing either Jake or Percolus, which we'll be taking a look at here shortly. And again, we had Luis come down and Default Dan advance as well. Big tournament, lots to go on, big stakes at play. With their nails done now. All right, here we go, guys. Let's go ahead and bring up the next battle, being KO versus Shutter. This one's a little bit more widescreen, but we can check it out all together. So, a lot clearer battle footage as we continue and move forward. We've had the first turn upgrade. He's going to be taking that over to Mickey Mouse. Now, there's a lot of things he could have done here. We know that Beast is about to gain Master of the Castle over here, and Mickey is getting that first turn, calling everybody to assist. You're going to have those eels laying out the heavy damage, giving Ursula a lot of turns early on. KO with the massive turn meter advantage right now with the AoE taunt landing here on the Intimidate on the hero. Now, the silence from Ursula went on over to Baymax, and the Polymorph is landing on Mickey Mouse. KO with plenty and plenty of control on the battlefield right now. We've got the AoE coming out from Jolly Rogers. He's got a taunt. His Baymax is shut down for about a turn, and if he doesn't have Wand, it is not looking good, as we're going to have KO with two tanks that he's going to have to work through. He's going to go ahead and cleanse up a very interesting choice. Probably a massive misclick. Let's go ahead and call this out. KO, don't know what we're looking at here, but we've got a Patient on the eel instead of Ursula. Probably a misclick. Maybe KO knows something we don't know, but KO putting the Patient on the eel outside of Ursula. Let's see if that comes back to bite him. We've got the upgrade going on over to Hiro Hamada. and an evade from the stripping of the taunt. And KO's not liking that one bit. Not the finger slipped. And an AoE show yourself coming out big, but not taking out Ursula as the AoE blinds land out on the rest of the characters. Ursula still alive and empowered with Mickey Mouse at half health. Now, if you guys can take notice here, let's pause the battle quickly. You guys can see right here, his Mickey is both polymorphed and blind, and that Baymax has still not gone in. So it's going to look really tough for Jolly Roger. I'm reading the chat. Jolly Roger would be able to cleanse up his Mickey, but it's not looking great here. Let's go ahead and see what happens here. We've got the evade pulling up, so you have extra protection now. And finally, Baymax is able to go forward. So you've got the dodge going up. Mickey Mouse is next up, ready to go with Disneyland Forever, ready to launch. And he's launching it as we speak. Here we go, Cozy Club. Massive hits from Disneyland Forever. Massive killing. It's got the crits in there. And my gosh, KO with the full heal on the dead Ursula. Ursula at 1% health. And now, because of that flip and the turn order, you're going to have MF Jolly Roger's team unsuccessfully able to kill that Ursula, leading to only about 5 or 6 hits from the Disneyland Forever. And my gosh, it's not looking good here for Jolly Roger. We've seen some other comebacks tonight. We'll see if we get a comeback here. But right now, we've got Baymax, Beast, and Elsa. Is it going to be enough against Ursula? We've got Ursula's continuous damage raining down, a little bit of magic, getting the crit on Baymax with those continuous damages. Baymax for Jolly Roger has just not done anything yet, but he finally has a turn. Now, what is he going to do here? He can bring back the hammer, very advantageous, and at this point, he can either go with the taunt or the mass impact. Now, really tough decision. You got some low health characters, but you probably want to throw the patient on Beast, if I were to guess, just to give yourself some extra protection. You don't really care about those continuous damages. You want to give yourself the extra protection. Let's see what he chooses to do. Makes the right decision and goes with the taunted Beast, but now Beast cannot taunt. Keep that in mind. That patient is going to prevent Beast from taunting, and you're going to have Baymax going after right now. And let's see what Jolly Roger is going to do. He can clear the evades, but keep in mind that taunt is not going to stick right here. So Jolly Roger trying to decide, can't decide, and looking like he's just going for the basic attack on the Cauldron to shut down any extra magic. Smart move as it was coming up next, but Mickey might be able to pull the battle off by himself. His Elsa at 3 shards at this point, looking pretty solid. Let's see what he decides to do with this Elsa. There we go. We've got a silence. Really just doing not a lot there on Baymax. And next up is Hero Hamada. Really running out of things to do. He's got an evade going on. Jolly Roger's kind of backed into a corner here with KO on the full aggressive offense. KO fully healed team has got the basic attack, and he's clearing those damages on Baymax to take him down. Everyone all together here. You have Ursula amped up, ready to go, throwing out those silences that lands on the Elsa. Can we just talk about the great RNG there? But KO, very advantageous there, looking very solid. Toyota, thanks for coming in, my brother. There we go. We've got now the 3 of them, and Elsa fully charged up, ready to go. Let's see what she can pull off, and if she can pull back this victory, Cozy Club, with Beast coming back for the double counter. Let's see what is about to happen with the Elsa. Does he have a show yourself in his pocket, or is it just a basic attack here? Just a basic, but able to take down Ursula. We've got a 3v4 at this point, but the hammer is coming out. KO had it in his back pocket, and now it's looking very advantageous for Chaoticus. Beast going after Elsa here. Not a lot of pausing we need to do. Some very, decisions not too crazy. Mickey did get that extra splash, which is going to help him get that Disneyland Forever a little bit faster. Let's see if KO can pull it out here. We've got just a few more. We're on turn 57. A little bit of a longer battle than we've seen tonight, but we've seen some epic comebacks. It's worth these battles going to the end to see what happens. Chat, let's hear it for the contestants here as we pump up Elsa one more time. But KO is going to land the RNG, roll the dice there with Beast getting the heavy hit. And the Beast is laying down. Woo! Beast laying down the crit on Elsa, stopping Elsa from doing anything right there. Very, very big hit there from KO and just shutting down the Elsa that really would have taken it down. Advantageous, take a drink, absolutely. That's got to be GG at that point. And then you've got Disneyland Forever. KO knows what happened. He's putting up the hands, and KO is going to take the W. My goodness, my goodness. Let's go ahead. We're going to throw up Danny R's fight here, and then we're going to call him in for a quick interview and see how Danny's doing. Let's get this going on. Before we do that, let's take a look at the teams real quick. We have Wicked White with the Bubbles, Baymax, and Hero, where you've got Beast and Stitch coming in. Now, that's already going to be pretty advantageous for Wicked White. Having the Stitch against Danny, who's got now 3 charged characters. There is a little bit of a tough time going there for Danny R. Mendoza, with Stitch going to be able to counter a lot of what he sees. But we've got a 5-3-7-0 team against a 5-4-6-0. Got about 100 power on him. Disney Daddy's gifting out more subs, baby. And let's continue with the fight. We're on Wicked White's side as the home team, and looking at the away team is Danny R. You've got Stitch laying out the heavy hits very early, and Danny R going with the Mickey Mouse assist, laying out those heavy punches very early on, Cozy Club. You've got the Beast going for the steal. Now, Danny R's looking very solid here because he's got now a stolen taunt, took down the Baymax taunt, and really is fully loaded with the attack up. Now, his Mickey didn't call attacks ups on anybody, but is looking solid. He's got an AoE taunt now that Beast is covered up, and Stitch now has the offense up and offense down neutralized, so no benefits there. And bam, we've got double taunts going on for Danny, which Wicked White is going to have to work through the double taunt. You're going to have Beast countering. You've got a Beast off here, and here you go. You've got Bubbles with the silence or the ticket. Now, there's a lot of things he can do here, Cozy Club. He can give that ticket on over to Beast. He can give the ticket on over to Stitch to get him ramped up. Stitch already has that the attack up, so is it going to be worth giving it to him? Or does he just go with the silence and try to land the stick on the Beast here? Might be tough because of all that tenacity. Let's see what he decides to do. Or does he shut down Baymax with the silence? No, he's going to go with the ticket, and he's giving it over to Baymax for the quicker turn. Let's see here. He's probably going to go and give this over to Stitch to cure up that attack up and also get the patient on the field. Or he can go with the mass impact and clear down the taunts. Here we go. And one thing we want to point out, the mass impact just cleared all the taunts. You had, right now, Cozy Club, if you don't know, you can have 2 options for your big tanks, whether they're Fred, depending on what they are, you can have 2 different options. First of all, you can have Baymax and Beast here. You can have your stacking adjacent tanks, or you can have tanks on your flanking rows. The tanks on the flanking rows can protect from the Go-Go's out there a little bit better, whereas this is going to protect you from Slumber, but Slumber is not being played right now, so they don't have to play from the Slumber. Now, very genius move, giving that on over to get the harmful immunity up, give Baymax that extra turn. He did luck out by Beast not getting that instant turn from Danny R. Mendoza, and the rest of them now are all intimidated, so the control is in Wicked White's hands very heavily here, and he's going with the big hit on Go-Go, not landing a crit, and Go-Go is at very low health here now, Cozy Club, and Baymax is going to heal up with this taunt. So now, Stitch here, he can build the basic, he can throw the car, but the car would be taking down Mickey and not be great. Huge 21,000 hit there from Mickey, from Stitch over to Baymax. Huge critical hit there. Here we go. We've got Beast up now from Danny R. Mendoza. He's going after the Bubbles. Now, it's looking a bit more in Wicked White's favor as Go-Go is down pretty heavily. Stitch taking out with the counterattacks, taking out that Hero Hamada, and it's looking pretty rough here now for Danny R. Danny R is now out of having his hero. Does he have a hammer? We're going to have to see what he ended up bringing in. And now Beast laying down the big hits here. Wicked laying out the heavy hitters. Here we go. We've got Go-Go now with a full turn, 0 resistance, coming out very strong, but as we know, feeds up Bubbles pretty quickly now. Not a lot of damage, not a lot of crits out of that Go-Go, and Danny looking weak, but does have the double hit there on Bubbles. Bubbles still standing up strong and still doing okay, and the Claw is coming out to keep on removing, off the Go-Go. Evades. You've got a couple evades coming from Baymax, and Baymax throwing up the jukes as Danny and Wicked are coming down to the wire here on who's going to win turn 74. And he already used the hammer. That's right, Obiwadi on Baymax. Now Go-Go is getting that patient one more time to get her invincibility, but Wicked White has all of the turns ready to go, and it's looking in favor right now of that Wicked White. Basic attack landing on Baymax, luckily getting the invincibility there on Go-Go. Mickey still stands. Let's see what Stitch does. Taking some heavy hits, but Beast is going to counterattack. Here we go. Backed in a corner. What's going to happen here? Wicked White is going to lose his bubbles to Beast, and now we've got a 4v3, but arguably it's as close as it can get. You've got a hammer still from Wicked White that he has in his back pocket. He's trying to judge if he brings back Bubbles with that, and it looks like he's going to hang on to that for one of his tanks. You've got Beast now and powered up and ready to go. Now, this is where he's going to be able to probably take out this Beast. You don't want to take Mickey down, and you don't want to have to go after Go-Go. He risked it and went ahead and got the shaken out on the Beast and took Mickey down a ton as well. Here we go. We've got Go-Go doing woman up in the back. Not a lot of damage out of Go-Go there, and that's really going to hurt Danny as he needed to take down that Stitch if he wanted a better shot. And Go-Go's taking down the big hits here, but Disney land forever, landing for Danny R. Mendoza, healing up his characters, healing up that charges with Hiro Hamada ready to go for Danny. The counterattacks on Mickey, this is looking very close. Stupendous is saying was probably a waste of hammer, but the hammer and the claw are still there for Wicked. Hammer coming back. He decided to bring back the bubbles for a 5v3 here, and Hero and Claw is going out. Evades are going up on the field. Go-Go now is going to have zero resistance, but not able to hit with all those evades on the field. Could have maybe taken down Beast a lot more. You fed Speed Terminator to Bubbles, but he has an enraged Beast here. And he's going to hit the big hit there on Baymax while taking out the others. Stitch is fully built up, though, with invincibility, and all of the turns are in favor of Wicked White. However, Danny is holding on strong. That Mickey Mouse is still surviving. Disney Daddy giving out those subs over to Stupendous. Stitch is going to go ahead and get that immediate upgrade. And it looks like Danny could not take down the Beast on the other side. Would have been absolutely huge, as now the Beast is going to come back with the strikes down on Go-Go. Very big there. And now Stitch laying down the heavy hits on Beast, guys. Very close and epic match here, as Beast barely didn't fall. You're going to have the tactics probably go instantly. Nope, he's going for the full Beast takedown. Now, if you guys saw, he could have given tactics over here to Beast, but he didn't want to risk his Beast also gaining master of the castle. So instead, went with the basic. He's now going after Go-Go. Lands the crit. And my gosh, Danny now back against the wall, trying to bring up Beast here. And let's see what he does. And here we go. Cozy Club. Wicked White was not picked by many, but Wicked White taking down Danny R. Mendoza. My friends, this was a very close battle from beginning to end. Really looking like it could have gone either side, with some key decisions and key people being lost. Really coming up with the L there. And Danny barely not hanging on that this Beast right here. This Beast not dying towards the end was a tough break on Danny, as that could have helped his Go-Go survive a little bit longer, but I don't know if it would have really mattered all too much. Altogether, very close. And guys, give the props up to Wicked White. Your underdog taking the W. Walk us through that match, man. First, walk us through your character, your 8 characters that you brought into the Cozy Cup, and then that match a little bit.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll rep Wicked a little bit too, because he's a good friend and he's a fantastic clubmate. I got to say, I wasn't surprised that he gave me a really strong fight, because he's always really strong for us in the club, particularly in Conquest. He regularly drops somewhere where like 8-9 wins a Conquest, and really just talented player. So it was a lot of fun playing him. He's also a super humble guy, so he's probably going to be annoyed with me that I'm talking him up. But
love it.
He's a great guy. Yeah. So okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so in general, I've gone up against Wicked White, hell of a competitor for sure. Want to talk about the 8 characters you brought in, and then let's talk about when you saw that Stitch come up. Was that the beginning of the worry for you a bit?
Oh yeah, no, I mean, I took a look at my 8. My 8 were Baymax, Beast, Stitch, Hero, Bubbles, Go-Go, Mickey, and Ursula, right? And I was a little bit back and forth on Ursula because I didn't give her as many runes as I would have liked before this started. So that's why I didn't play her at the beginning. And I actually almost didn't put in Bubbles. There's a few other tunes that I would have liked. But I went with it for the sake of something we were talking about earlier, trying to look down the road at various comps that we might have to face. And it felt like it gave me a few more options.
Here we go. This battles are brought to you by Apaco with the 10 gifted subs. And can we kick off a hyper rail as we get on to this last hype battles? Here we go.
Let the battle begin. Fight!
Hercules versus Jake. So you've got a Oceanic heavy team and Hercules versus Jake with a Bubbles-led Mickey team here. Disney Daddy giving out the subs, and all together will be the first thing called out. Can Hercules win here with no Hero Hamada going with it looks like he's rocking a Bell leadership, which we have yet to see. And it's really going to be tough, and the laps are going to happen because you're not going to have that speed perk. So very, very interesting choice there in leadership. Still very close, turn 75. They both have all their characters, surprisingly enough, and it's going pretty well, and Hammer's going to be bringing back for Jake. Jake versus Perk. Let's see what happens here and where the battle shifts. We're on turn 67 here, and we've got an AoE beast hitting out the damage. Sweeten is on the field in Disneyland Forever, as we've seen a ton tonight, going out with Mickey. Again, we've seen so much of this Mickey Mouse in the middle, surrounded by Teutons. Disney Daddy giving out the subs. And there you have it. Mickey looks like he just carried the load against Perk. Perk, very props to you for bringing in no Hero Hamada, but was not able to take the W. Thought you had Maui. Dashington versus Barstool, a very highly looked up battle here. Champions of Olympus versus Frontierland. Here we go. We're going to have a Elsa Barley Bomb team, the first sighting of that, versus Barstool's Go-Go Mickey team. We've seen a lot of these within the battle. Let's see if Dashington can pull out the W, or if Barstool can pull out the W. Barstool been in the Cozy Club for quite a while, throwing out that 0 resistance, but Dashington giving that upgrade over to Elsa turn 1. We've got a Headless Horseman spell. Very interesting spell choice there. Because of no slumber, he's going to be taking the taunt. Dashington throwing out the patient, and he's giving it over to Elsa instead of Barley. Laying down the counterattacks. It's looking like it could be really anyone's battle still to this point. Will he get the Elsa bomb off? It looks like he's about to give the 30% speed turn meter. He got the guaranteed crit. No crit power, but Elsa about to throw the Elsa bomb. Free to play players, look out, because this easily could be your team. And bam! Holy smokes, Cozy Club! Check out the freaking damage from the Barley Bomb that he successfully landed. But Mickey coming out and laying out the big hits too. Dashington with the 3v1. Barley Bomb being very advantageous, but Barstool bringing back. It's not Mickey, it's going to be Hero Hamada, but Dashington has a hammer of his own. And my gosh, Headless Horseman, Barley Bomb team is looking like the secret ingredient to this battle. Loving the creativity of the Barley Bomb, guys. We've seen a lot of these Barley Bombs come out into the battlefield all together, and we're seeing a lot of Barley Bombs hit, and we do have a lot of competitors that brought in Barley, and you're seeing Dashington with just a fully loaded Elsa laying down, and Barstool is actually surviving pretty well here, but the invincibility is just not going to help. There's another almost 5K hit from a Hero Hamada going on Beast. Now it's just Hero versus an Elsa Beast. We can go ahead and give this one over on to Dashington.
Let the battle begin. Fight!
Dast with the W, Cozy Club, and we've got a Hyper Rail going. You guys' support is amazing. We have Dast. Now we have Sloan versus Hitman. Sloan is going to be rocking a old school Super Silence team with Hitman rocking full Oceanics, Cozy Club. Let's see who can take it now. If Hitman plays this right, I have seen these teams able to hold their own with a T8 Maui. Das did take the W there. We'll talk about these battles here in a second. Looking at the Goat Farm versus Plan B. Hitman being the lowest roster within all the players in the tournament, coming in with the Oceanics and losing a character very quickly. Super Silence being very good against Oceanics, being able to control that Moana. However, Maui can still put out his invincibility even with the silence on his passive. He does lose the taunt, which is not going to help out. Papagantu charging up, and Papagantu throwing at the Galactic Armada. We now have Moana smacking paddles with the 1-2, and we still have a fully loaded roster of Super Silence over there for Sloan. Moana going back and forth, easily able to keep the battle going. Guys, it's looking like Hitman is actually looking very strong here. Elsa with an army of bubbles, the only thing standing in Hitman's way. But you have a Show Yourself landing the massive damage, which is going to effectively end Hitman. But my gosh, was it looking very strong for Hitman.
The champion is... Let the
And
battle
we've got
begin.
one more quick battle.
Fight!
JP versus Prospero of the Ohana Wavefinders. JP having that team that we've seen around here. We've got the Bell Beast Bubbles combo, and on the other side, Prospero rocking the same team, but with no Hero Hamada lead and a Donald Duck instead. Prospero with the great big kahunas, bringing in no Hero Hamada with Donald Duck. Prospero is going to shadow up the bubbles there, creating the shadow army and going after the beast here, laying out the heavy hits on the beast. This could be anyone's battle with it laid out. JP has been in tournaments before, very strong record, and laying out the hits. Prospero is returning the punch on to the bubbles, but JP is bringing the bubbles back, laying down the heavy hits. JP with the big hits there, back over on the beast. It's the battle of the beast right now, and JP looking favored in that battle. Again, no Hero Hamada, and Donald kind of sitting there in the back as you have an empowered beast taking over the match from Prospero, and it's looking all but over, and the forfeit has happened, Cozy Club. And there you have it, guys. There was a lot to take in there, a lot to take in. There was the 4 battles that happened, and let's go ahead and give some shout outs as we have a level 4 Hyper Rail that's been kicked off, guys. Can we max this out to show the great support that you guys have? We've got True versus Caledon. True with the Mickey, Ursula. Very nice quality here, True. I see the iPad flex there, buddy. But we've got the Ursula versus a legendary team with Gogo. Both very strong, maxed out teams. Let's see who can take the W here. All together. Only one sheriff was used in the opening rounds from Doodle Stupendous. Pretty impressed, actually. I thought we'd see a lot of sheriffs out there. True laying out those first hits, and Ursula here, let's see what she can do. True landing a crit and the steal on the Baymax. Very big steal there with the silence landing on Hero Hamada. Very two good RNG rolls there for True, and True is going to land out the cauldron. Let's see how it goes all together. Man Cage, what's going on? And we've got the polymorph. Now this is an interesting choice, True. This is an interesting choice. So essentially, you've got let's break down why True decided to polymorph Baymax here. You had the polymorph, and he decided to go for the Baymax. Now, there's no taunts in the field. He could have done Elsa. He could have done Go-Go. He went ahead and went with the Baymax because Baymax's turn was coming right up, and he wanted to stop that mass impact happening. And so what he did to slow down is polymorph the Baymax. Now you've got the Beast coming in, and both Beasts landing the Beastly Rage. Very hard attack to land in general, but both Beasts landing the attack. You've got the Taunt out on the field with his Baymax now at very low health. Didn't kill Baymax, which is actually nice to kind of help those effects around him and not to cleanse the silence off Hero. Pretty nice there. And you're going to have Caledon with the spell that is really the MVP of the tournament right now, being Grandma Tala. You've got zero resistance landing out on the characters with Baymax getting down the blind, and Beast throwing out the heavy hits here with all of the characters blind. That's where Ursula really comes into use here, guys, is the blinds from Ursula. Disney Daddy being amazing, handing out the subs in the chat, guys. And we've got a sided dice being rolled here with the crit damage going on Hero. You've got 2 infinity sided dice. Love to see this more in the battle. Very good to use with Elsa and very good to use with Ian and some of those buff heavy characters, but looking very solid. True's deciding to go ahead and cleanse those buffs. Had that mass impact ready to go, but Caledon is still sticking in the fight here. The evades are going up. Caledon's Elsa is ready to go. He does have blinds and he does have evades going, but Caledon, as we know, has definitely the strength to take out if he is. He is going to pop the early show yourself, not able to take out the cauldron, but trying to get some use out of the Elsa with the blind, which we can see why he did that. Going up now, he's got the cleanse over on Elsa, the silence RNG not rolling in True's favor, and going on to an Elsa that can't be silenced. Absolutely huge. Let's get an instant replay of this. Absolutely huge damage from Ursula, my friends. We got a minute left in the level 5. Huge damage from Ursula with double 11k hits and a 5k hit from the empowered Ursula. He did have the crit damage on there from the infinity-sided die. Very nice there. Some raid flashback memories from some of you guys. Taking out that Go-Go was absolutely huge for True here, guys. He took out that Baymax, and now all that's left is Beast and Elsa. That Ursula really came to play. Caledon deciding what to do here. Rolled the infinity-sided dice and really just has as souped up as a Hero Hamada as you can possibly have. But there is not a lot that he can do just because of the sheer amount that True still has left on the field. Caledon has now Beast and Hero Hamada. You're going to have the basic attack hit Beast here. No counter attacks from the Beast because of that Intimidate. And really, True is just loading up his army, loading up this protection. And Beast is now being attacked by Baymax. Caledon thinking of what he can do to try to wipe out that Ursula. And that is the thing about Ursula. Doesn't have a lot of health because of 5 stars. But he already used that Show Yourself. So he's going to have to use Force of Nature into Baymax and into Hero. But you had the evades happen. Absolutely brutal. And the next Polymorph coming out with all that control from True. Now you've got a Polymorph Hero, Elsa, and Baymax. This is looking like it is in True's hands. But my gosh, people, looking very close here. Didn't go with the Chaoticus patienting the eel. Didn't go with that, but lands the Disneyland Forever. And outside of some Beast evades, just didn't get scratched there. And that's just how the battle ended up going. So we definitely can see a lot of different team comps here. Very even team comp between the two competitors here. But True is coming out. I don't trust him, but True is coming out with the W here, guys. And my goodness. I know Caledon was one of the heavier favorites within the tournament predictions. Hats off to both of them, guys. Go ahead and give the emotes to both of them. Congrats on both of you. Caledon, congrats to you. Or thank you for being in the tournament, brother. True, congrats to you. Can't wait to welcome you both into the next Cozy Cup. And my gosh, True taking down Kala there, my friends. We've got males battle. Here we go. So we've got Disney Daddy versus Brooke. You guys saw the results of that battle. Crixus versus Jiva next round. T Velocity versus Jake. We still have the two here, which is going to be Loam versus Maelstrom and Hatamu versus Vulvaris. These are the two battles we have left. We'll see who's going to land here. After that, we have Louise versus Dast, which this is going to be a great matchup here. Excited to see that. We've got Sloan versus True. Lastly, Wicked White versus Default Dan. Really, two underdogs if you look at the predictions coming up here for the True Cinderella story. And then lastly, you've got JP versus KO. Battle of the Frontierland. Very, very solid battles, guys. Let's go ahead and get to the last two. We've got Vulvaris versus Hatamu. Mods, throw up the poll right now. Who do we think is going to take the dubs? And let's pull up both teams. Here we go. Vulvaris is going to start, or not start the battle. Hit is going to, Dr. H is going to win the hero coin flip there. Dr. H trying to decide what he wants to do. Rocking that golden Simba. We know that he's got a maxed out Scar then here, who shout out is a very good character. Upgrade going on over to Gogo with the attack up. Looking very close here, and we're going to have a huge AoE land with the zero resistance, hitting the big hits there, double crits, and what an opening move, Cozy Club, on Dr. H. Let's get an instant replay of that right here, guys, and check out this damage. Huge zero resistance, laying in a 7k and an 8k bomb. Dr. H really is going to be just climbing back up with the Barley Bomb. The good news is his Barley here is still looking alive and looking pretty safe here. Now, if you notice, guys, I'm pretty sure Dr. H is one of the few that did not bring in double tanks. He's going in with a full aggressive deck. Let's see how that pays off, because we do have the Mickey in the middle double deck here for Vol. Here we go, guys. Let's go ahead, and we've got the AoE coming out for Beast. Looking down here, Dr. H is getting the cauldron. He got that Mickey Mouse splash that he was looking for. And right now, Barley can either pick both Mickey or Elsa to give the bomb to. And you've got the patient going over to Gogo, like we saw with Doodle, like we saw with Danny R, trying to protect the Gogo on the field. But the Barley Bomb is here, and if he gives this over to Mickey, the magic increases there. Guys, let's break this down. Dr. H looking out of the fight a little bit with these health bars very low, but we've got the magic splash. The RNG gave that favor, and Barley also giving the reduced magic plus the guaranteed crit plus the crit damage upgrade. This does not look good for Vulvaris. Let's check it out. And here we go. We've got the Beastly Rage landing on the Beast that's not going to lose it and is going to counter back. Guys, it's going to come down to Dr. H's Disneyland Forever here as long as he survives. Now, the problem is Vulvaris has a Cauldron on the field, which Cauldron and Shadows, very good in battle, but not good against Mickey Mouses. You've got the continuous damage, very advantageous, not looking good. And my gosh, is he going to survive the last hit? Oh. Let's just break down what just happened. Look at Vulvaris's characters, Cozy Club. Look at the health bar on these characters. Almost dead completely. But what's going to happen is Disneyland Forever is about to go ahead and heal these characters back up. 2 crit boosts. Absolutely insane. Vulvaris barely sticking through here, and Disneyland Forever going back on over to Dr. H and healing up Vulvaris' squad. Very, very huge for Vol there, but lost the Mickey. Lost the Mickey. Needs to be careful on the Mickey here, but there we go. That golden hammer is going to bring back the Mickey. We're looking good. We're looking out. Tomorrowland versus Frontierland. The evades are out on the field, and now Vol is back fully loaded when it looked like just moments ago he was completely out of the fight. Now we've got an AoE decision here. He's going to go and put the Intimidate now. That was the big decision. That was the big decision by Vol. Let's see if it kicks him in the butt here. He went with the AoE to take down Elsa. We've got to see if Dr. H here has a hammer, but we've got the Intimidate on Elsa, and we're about to see this Disneyland Forever. Let's see the damage come out. Survived the damage pretty easily there. Not bad. Not bad at all, and took down the Mickey. If he has a hammer, it's not going to look good for Vol because he's got to go through yet another Mickey, and there it is, Cozy Club. Another Mickey. Another Mickey getting resurrected. This is an absolute tennis match. Yes, stupendous. A great way to say it. A tennis match of Mickey Mouse Disneyland's Forever. You've got now Beast going after his Beast, trying to take down each other's Beast here. Cauldron, let's see where they go. And you got another Mickey Mouse Cauldron Splash. Super, super helpful for Dr. H over there. But Vol is still in the fight. Somehow looking very good. Could be anyone's battle at this point without question. But the Elsa is going to go ahead and go up. Vulvaris coming back strong. Has got that RNG and got the first turn for Beast. Now, Beast landing the basics on Baymax here, and Baymax still has that undefeatable. Elsa is now up and ready to go with an attack up. Is she going to go with the show yourself and try to go for the wipe? She's going for the wipe, and she took down Hero. Let's see that one more time. Took down the Hero with a 15K. And absolutely would have killed Mickey Mouse here, but the undefeatable was there. Now, what's crazy is if that undefeatable wasn't there, actually would have been very helpful for Vulvaris, but with that undefeatable there, it keeps his Mickey alive and keeps him in. Really, you don't want that. You wanted his Mickey to proc, but the undefeatable coming from the hammer brought back Mickey, right? So now you've got Woman up here. He's going to use that on the front row. Very advantageous. Didn't quite kill Hiro Hamada, but still has Baymax coming up here. But Mickey is up next. All together is about to happen. And are they going to target Mickey at all? Only one target on the Mickey Mouse. Nope, they're taking him down now, and you're about to see another Disneyland Forever come up here. And let's see if this is enough for Vol to take the W. He's landing the hits left and right, healing up his team all the way. It's looking very, very good for Vulvaris. Another Mickey Mouse bomb, but another Mickey Mouse tennis match going back and forth. And now what you got here, guys, it's anybody's battle. You've got a Beast Invade on the other side with an empowered Beast. The Evade was absolutely just completely tough. And you've got the... Wow. So you had Dr. H's Beast Evade there, able to go full empowered, come back and kill the Beast here with the... You've got to go with invincibility, but my gosh, it's been a tennis match back and forth. That Evade was just game changing. Let's take one last look at it, guys. I believe it was right here. Look at this Evade right here, guys. This Evade, absolutely clutch from Beast, stepping back and just not taking it. Now it's going to be up to Go-Go versus both Beast and Dad. And we know what happens to Beast here. His Beast got that empowered. You get the follow-up from Elsa, and really down to the wire in this match as this empowered is going to take down the Beast. And it's up to Go-Go. But with that Mickey Mouse and Go-Go being only AoE attacks here, you're probably going to have Elsa survive. He doesn't have anything on Go-Go. Can he get the moves going? This could be anyone's fight still. And another Disneyland Forever landing. Is Go-Go going to be able to take the hits? She is, but the Cauldron, as long as this doesn't go over to Elsa, he's going to get another turn. But it's looking like Elsa took the... Oh my gosh, Cozy Club. Elsa getting the battle and taking and silencing Go-Go before her turn. Wow. Cozy Club. What a match. Vulvaris. What an absolute match and game there, guys. I mean, really, cannot believe the outcome in the Mickey Mouse tennis that came back and forth. Give me an emoji in the chat if you guys thought that was the best battle of tonight. Let me see it in the chat. So, Cozy Club, we saved this battle for last. Male, a big Shere Khan lover here. Big Shere Khan lover just got buffed up. How is he going to pull up? Here we go. Let's check out the battle.
Let the battle begin. Fight! No contest. The champion is...
Everybody, we're about to have Male come on in here to tell us the story of what happened. We had a lot of Male fans, a lot of Shere Khan fans, and it's sad to say. It is sad to say. But Male, we're about to bring him on live very quickly for a minute to explain what happened to Shere Khan. Guys, give me those blue Fs in the chat as we bring in Male.
Last season ended. I was goofing around with a few different comps, and I guess I fell asleep or whatever, but I ended at 5,992 trophies. So that season ended, I woke up, I was down at 5,000. And so look, Shere Khan is awesome, but man, that is a rough way to claw up 1,000 trophies. And you know, I don't do the macro thing, and to be honest, I didn't realize it'd be a problem until like 2 days before the match. So yeah, I got close. I was like at 5,800 something, but we thought we'd give it a go anyway.
Yeah.
And
so to break it down, chat, essentially at the end of the season, wherever you are in the bracket, it bumps you down to that bracket, right? So Maelstrom probably testing out some stuff, bumped down to within you said it was 5,995?
5,992.
And that brought him down all the way to 5,000 at the season reset, which the man, no pun intended, clawed his way back up. A pretty bad pun there. You brought in Gantu, Shere Khan, Moana, Fred, Honey Lemon, Baymax, Bubbles, and Hero. You said that you guys talked a lot and you felt like Loam probably would have taken that, but tell me a little bit about, we can at least talk for a second. Tell me about the strategy you were going to use.
Yeah, for sure. So I would have felt like a fraud if I didn't use Shere Khan. So even though I didn't think it would be maybe ideal for his lineup, so I was gonna run Fred, Hero, Shere Khan, Honey Lemon, and Bubbles. I think is what I'm gonna do. Or maybe I had Moana in there instead of Honey Lemon. I don't remember. But the thing that was funny was, so again, after like 2 hours of trying to match up, which was amazing, by the way, because we were both still talking while we were doing matches and stuff. But it just
didn't work out. A lot of bum people there.
Didn't work out.
A lot of bum people. Well, here's the deal. We've got a new buff Shere Khan ready for the next tournament. This was our first, kind of beta tournament. So looking forward to seeing that Shere in the next one.